praises to
Yahawah, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash.
With double honesty, the elders and the apostles of GMS, and salutations to you brothers who especially shoot before corners, highways, and byways. Again, all praises to
Yahawah, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash.
Which Yahweh is the true name of the Creator, and Yahushai is the name of the Son, right? Which is in Paleo Hebrew, right? The language of the Israelites, right? Starting out from Abraham. Get it?
And it's 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 20. It says, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
The things that the Gentiles sacrifice, and we know that it started mainly with the heathen nations, right? They sacrifice these things unto what devils? When you go into that word devil, it's going into what? A deceiver.
Right.
Alright? Someone that deceives you. Someone that basically, is not necessarily everyone would understand here as the devil. Somebody with a pitchfork and horns and a tail with arrow. A red man. Right? This is basically going back into the wicked nation that's come up with these wicked ideology. The scripture says in Job chapter 9 verse 20, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
That's right.
Right? And people with like a fair common sense would understand who's the people ruling today.
That's right.
Alright?
If I may add too, this world will start to fear wickedness rather than to fear righteousness, fear Yahweh Shai. That's why people are so indoctrinated. When you look at the same devil with the pitchfork, which is symbolic, right? It goes back to what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? The two horns represent what? Power, and the fork represent what? The weapon with power. You see? When you go back to the word Cain, it tells you what? The name is Qayan, which goes back to what? Weapon.
Right? This is when it's covered in the time of morning, right? The image just was created. Now, basically this is one of the images that they are made sacrifice to. Alright? This is one of the images that is being made sacrifice to. The scripture says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. A lot of people do not know that this image is Serge Bourget, right, of the Bourget family.
That's right.
Right? This man was a molester, right? A rapist, even a murderer, right? But what you find from the Roman Council and down, they take this image and use it as an image of the deliverer, which just has nothing to do with the scripture. Alright?
Yeah, this is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where, and who is he?
So he covered the faces of the judges. Who are the judges? Right? If you could get Amos, I think it's chapter 2 and 11, right? He gave unto the office was given to.
And this is Amos chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, and I raise up of your sons for prophets,
I raise up your sons for prophet,
and of your young men for Nazarites.
Your young men for Nazarites. Who's he speaking to? Why?
It is not even thus, O ye children of Israel, said Yahweh.
So exactly, the children of Israel, they are the ones that were given the office, right? So what the wicked of the earth, what he had done is basically what they would call today identity theft. All right, so he changed the faces thereof. Now everybody got a white Edomite, right? A white man, so-called white man, which is the biblical name is Edomite, right? On the walls in the churches, right? In Galatians, it starts out for we give no glory in the cross. A lot of people got the crucifix as if it's something to worship. All right, so all this is deception of the devil. Okay? Yeah, that's it.
That's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. It says that Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
So Yahweh will scatter us to all people, the nation that's on the earth. When you really check the history, Israel went through captivity after captivity. Before the transatlantic slave trade, there was the sub-Saharan slave trade. And before that, there was going back to Greek and to Persian, you know, to the Babylonians, right? And basically cover all the Moabites. Yeah, the Moabites, the Egyptians, right? So all 17 nations that had us in captivity, right?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
So in these other people that we will be among, right? These heathen, these Gentiles of the other nations, you understand? We basically would serve their God. So that's what it's saying is prophecy. That's what's going on today. When we follow in the Christian church, right? They would, as you get today, right? Which is the crucifix, the Arabian, right? Even the other heathens that take these stones and carve them into gods, right? Things to worship. Go on.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Exactly, even wood and stone. Our fathers have not known this God. Who our fathers have known? When I speak about fathers, that's for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alright? They, our fathers, they had only known Yahweh power.
Yeah. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and verse 15. It says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his son, soon taken away.
Who's the father? Right? Talk about the Edomite scene. Alright, there was a Pope,
Pope Alexander the Sixth.
Yeah, Pope Alexander the Sixth. Alright? So he was the father afflicted with untimely mourning. See? Go on.
Soon taken away. Now honored him as God.
If I might add too, right? Prior to the history before that, all right, it was Ptolemy. The Ptolemies were actually in Egypt, and when Serapis Christus died, right? Ptolemy basically made his son into the image of a god, which in the regeneration, the same Pope Alexander, the same Caesarea Borgia would come in like fashion. Go ahead.
Right? Which is the image you see here today. Guyana.
Yeah, it says, this child soon taken away, now honored him as God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under the ceremonies and sacrifices.
Exactly. This is the image that was delivered unto his death. It was a commandment. But basically worship this man image as if he was a god. Right? And the people were, they make incense, they make ceremony unto they say they basically celebrate it. They are agreed.
Yeah, verse 16. It says, thus in the process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
Exactly. So we will find generations after generation, different stories was told. Different stories was told about this man, you know, things that he do. Right? They basically paint an image of somebody innocent, somebody that has salvation, the power to save, somebody who has, you know, they are basically going back to the identity theft starting with this man, and the Israelites, right? If somebody put a Romans chapter 9 and verse 4.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises.
So the Israelites, these are the things that's concerning the Israelites, that's given to the Israelites. Alright? That we could know the people, right? The difference, right? The blessing, the characteristics, the things that they are responsible and in charge of one.
Right, verse 5. Who are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Mashiach came, who is over all. Yahweh bless forever. Amen.
Exactly. So Yahweh power given unto the Israelites, you know, the salvation, the covenant, you know, the giving of the laws, these things. Right? So when they use this initially is to take basically the whole down, to copy the whole, you know, doctrine. Not a doctrine, but to copy our way of life. You see?
For my heart too, to make a stumbling block for a nation to continue in idolatry. You see? And I tell you that in the book of 2 Thessalonians.
So what you find is that every religion on the face of the earth, they will try to compare their gods and their ideologies to prove that is, you know, that they own is more better than our own. Right? It's even like example at the time of Babylon, when Masahch, Shadrach, and Abednego. You understand? So they even put it to the challenge. Those men did not perish. Right? Even in Revelation, they say, "Or not hide." Right? So you find that generations after generation, captivity after captivity, these people try to suppress their ideologies, their doctrine upon us. Alright? Got some more there?
Yeah, this is Romans 9 and verse 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh had.
Yeah, back in Western Psalm 40 and verse 16, it says, "Thus in the process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings."
So what was the fruits of it? The Easter, the Christmas. You understand? Going back to how they are, you know, the different things that they went through to do, picking up other customs of people and say, "Well, hey, come as you are." Basically what they're doing, they invited other doctrines and religion into the house of Yahweh. When we read in Ezekiel, right? I believe it's Ezekiel, Ezekiel 16, where I speak about the Horus house, right? Which was going back to the church. Beautiful example. We have here the Catholic church. They have dug up a dead body of a bishop, you know, beloved bishop of theirs, you know, over 100 years in the ground. Right? And the scriptures clearly says, hey, you shouldn't disturb basically the bones or the remains of the dead. Alright? So that's the folly within one example in the church.
Yeah, plus they bury it under the altar, which is not, you know, which in Revelation talk about them, but they talk about something different. They're going to bury this man under the altar in the church. But the scripture tell you, hey, if you touch a dead, you basically become unclean. So now you put in a dead in the presence, so-called presence of the Most High. The scripture tell you that the Most High is not the power of the dead. You understand? It says, unclean to come from the church.
Hey, I mean, I was actually trying to look up on the other party what they're going to do with it, but that's beautiful information because that's going back to witchcraft. You understand? For you to put, hey, the altar's supposed to be a holy spot, man, a clean place. You understand? For you to put carbs on it, you know, and to give offering and hey, a matter of fact, Amos, let's see. Amos chapter 5, verse 25.
Right, it says Amos 5 and 21. I hate, I despise your feast days. I will not smell your solemn assembly.
Yeah, so Yahweh hates and despises the feast days of the heathen. You understand? Even going back to the wicked Israelites that take up these customs and give it as an offering to Yahweh, right? And who basically dig up these bones? Who puts it under the altar? Right? So-called black people. You know? Who are the Israelites. They dig it up and put it on the altar. They were, like Yahushua said, ye are of the father, the devil. They give honor to this man. Well, outside in the yard wasn't enough. He rain and start catching you over 100 years. Punish it. So they bring you in the house and put you under the altar.
From my answer, a way that they would conjure up demons. Alright? As another way to cast spell in the congregation. Alright? And we'll have them speaking so-called demonic tongues or babbling as we call today. That's why you find a lot of these churches, these people, they go on a high what's the word? Delusion. They have them eating grass, they have them fastly ejaculating, they got them doing all kind of madness. Right? And this is a custom that was practiced by the heathens. Even our people in the time of Maccabees, they were doing the same custom among many other captivities. But this is the worst captivity ever. Right?
Yeah, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Reading from verse. I read from verse 9. It says, even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonder. Right? So going back to the things that they use in the doctrine, they copy the gospel, they copy the truth. The image that they put in. Alright? When I say, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe in the light. Right? You won't be surprised that somebody in the church got a revelation or a dream that the angel, or the spirit, or the ghost, you gotta say, of this bishop come out the altar and give them a sign. Right? This is the folly that these people, the things that they're storing up. Even the other day, the whole building they set as if it's a monument. When the brother Arya was over here, right? Basically taking it on a tour inside there. And they had up a whole tablet with the inscription, this same bishop, name and so on, up as you reach the door, right? And the foundation was basically building his name. So that would make sense why they would, take his bone and put it under the altar, because the dedication was to him. And that's to show it wasn't of Yahweh Shai in any place to begin with. That's to show that you Israelites, you have no place in there, right?
In Matthew chapter 22 and verse 32. For yes, I am the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac and the power of Jacob. The power is not the power of the dead, but of the living. You see, those are you going to that living. You get carbs, you go back and you go. Boy, you get chanting like most of you could get living for spend time to come back time. Most of looking for dead man, nothing that what so not but rock with it.
It's so like the other police come in and say, don't disturb me.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 20. I started verse 7. It says, and when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Right? And this talking about basically the Edomites that were taken down during the time of the Dark Ages. Alright, and then they returned back into power, or being loose going back to them returning back into power in the early 1400s, late 1300s to 1400s. Alright, and this is that little time in which he's loose. Right? And what they do, they set up, because when you go back to all these religions that exist today, it actually stem from the Catholic Church. You understand? The Romans, which can't, but the Catholic Church, which is under the influence of the Romans, right, split into what? Non-Orthodox and Orthodox Christians. Then they branch out into even the Islam and the Anglican, right? So now you're seeing all these things that are happening today is heavily influenced by what? The Catholics or the Romans. You understand? They cannot be there to put it on the altar, go back to what the same influence that they get to. You understand?
That's why this place is called Babylon.
That's right.
Right? Because this is Babylon, because all these practices, what they do it now, is what they used to do back then.
Yes, right.
See? You get it?
Yeah. It says, shall be loosed out of this prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Gog and Magog to gather them to battle. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Right? Yeah, but basically this. Go one more. This is Malachi chapter.
Right now, Fox
One.
Music along with the
Verse
whole
four.
of DJ
It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. Right? Oh, the point or the reason why I brought the scripture initially, right, is because go back to the same image that was painted over. They go back to the Renaissance period. You understand? When they come back into power and what they start doing, changing the faces of the judges, all the whitewashing, all the images. When you go back into the history and you look at the true paintings of the apostles and whatnot, you could see that these were dark-skinned men. You understand?
You can find in the icons
Iconoclast, which is the German, the Russian museum. They kept a lot of these artifacts because what Esau was doing, they went into, every time they would dig up our relics or so forth, they would take out like paintings, jewelry, so forth, and they would store it as a way of it's going to tell you the first part of this.
Yeah, the book with these information as well is called Russian Icon. Right? That's the precept. Then Sirach 38, verse 23. When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest. And be comforted from him when his spirit is departed from him. Right? So what is basically saying? Then they got this man to start to frame him again. Right? It's like a 100-year celebration. Right? He moved from out into the yard up to the altar. Shit, next 100 years, I know that where we know we could be. You understand? He will be in the kingdom. You understand? That's the promotion you can get. To slavery. Right? That's what's predestined. Thus said Yahweh for these Edomites.
So they paint the image here. What if this first Maccabees chapter 3 and 48. And they lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their image.
The likeness of their image. When you look at it, you know, Leonardo da Vinci, you know, all these people are hired even to this very day. You know, they make a lot of money off of this image. Alright, you will find every household now, you know, we waking up to it, we cast them out. But majority of our people, they still have this.
That's strong.
Right, that's strong one. That same chains on the mind. You know?
And through Jesus Christ, a lot of our people will take the MOTV. Because you're gonna hear some pastor gonna come up with some. I had a dream that the people should take it. You know?
Let me add a little bit of history on the what's called the cathedral over there out here. A lot of the Edomites to bring the slave, and when they will have them chained right around the building, they couldn't go in. And over a period of time, they would do a lot of slaves who were killed and buried right here, right under the building of itself. A lot of women was raped and so forth, men were beheaded and so forth, right in there.
If you go under there, right? The place how it's situated is a dungeon. what they would call today like a basement, right? The walls literally come up from the side over like a circle, solid concrete, right? They're like the same concrete that would use to take the wine. Brothers deposited the group. They had a whole place that like is shaped like an eagle, thick concrete, right? That they would put drink in there to die and punish. The process of 3 months in feces, in the urine, sick to inhale it, would faint, die of hunger, right? Descent. And then after it's going to take out the bodies. So on the air it was shaped the same way. Right? You see certain areas it look like you had burial mark. I mean when I used to go to school, they call us at the bottom there for lunch. You know, fastest I go one time and back, but from so small I noticed that the whole place it literally looked like the Roman dungeon how this guy enclosed. Right? Quick precept. Let's Jeremiah 23. I'm reading verse 25. It says, I have heard that the prophets said that prophecy lieth that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have a dream. I have a dream. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Right? So what these people that come going back to the same thing. That they receive a revelation, you know, they receive something that they must do an idea or some influence, and it was nothing of the sun, nothing of Yahweh, but they do it. Like the scripture said one day that device iniquity upon his death. Right? When the morning is right, when they go practice it. See? When it says they are prophets of the deceit of their own hearts, which thing to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. So, back then, it was simple. You have power. You know, we know you had different fame and so on. But when they give Jesus Christ, Jehovah, you understand, these names that often is false ideology. Hey, people get married in this name. People get baptized in this name. People actually celebrate the promotion, right? The blessing to this name. Right? And which is abomination. You see? There's one name, there's such as Allah, you know, Buddha, Krishna, Selassie. If they catch a Rasti, say Selassie, or, you know, they're calling these names of filth. You see? And not knowing that what the name had not, they say at always, when you check the roots, it originated from their fathers. Hey, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Bachan to Adam, these men had nothing to do with anything. Those names. Right? So who's the father they're speaking of? They're speaking about the slave master that pop up. Alright?
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers and not to live after the law of Yahweh, and to pollute also the temple of Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympus, and that in garrison of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwell in that place. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dilated with harlots and had to do with women within the circuits of the holy places. And besides that, brought in... Right? And had to do with women within the circuits of the holy places. And besides that,
brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbid. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And these are the things that were done in the past, in many captivity. But under the Edomite, you see, this is the worst captivity ever. Because by Jeremiah 17:4, you shall discontinue from your heritage. You know, for that period that he was spiritually dead, Yahawah Yasharahla raised up what? A remnant for himself with that breath. All Israel don't have the breath at this time. Only a third.
Even with the altar, it's a set of things to do. Right? Only making sacrifices when you are the beast. Right? So likewise, like we said earlier, the altars are basically like a place in the sanctuary that's supposed to be clean. You understand? When they put up, they make and then again, who was they making these offerings to? Going back to the idols.
Yeah, we sit there. Leviticus chapter 11 and 44. Say, for I am the Lord your God, ye shall therefore sanctify yourself. Right? Basically sanctify, go back to pure. Purify yourself. The priest is supposed to be pure. Right? So them bullshit where they're digging up dead, and I mean, hey, we know it go back to Roman and the bullshit. Right? So we just proclaiming the name of Yahawah Yasharahla. Right? And this is our custom. It says, ye shall therefore sanctify yourself, and ye shall, and even watch when the children of Israel, when they was in the wilderness, right? When they was crying out, they say, hey, we don't want to hear you talk. Basically, you hear Yahawah Yasharahla speak. Right? What did Moses tell them to do? Well, the Moses tell Moses to tell them, sanctify themselves for 3 days and stay away from the woman for 3 days. Right? And going back to the precept where we're reading Maccabees right now, where they said they put women on the altar and they dally with them. Guess what? Don't show you that women are supposed to be at the altar.
That's right.
You see? Anyway, going back here, right? They say, for I am the Lord your God, ye shall therefore sanctify yourself, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourself with any manner of creeping things or that creep upon the earth. For I am the Lord, I'm the Lord God that brought you out of the land of Egypt. Why you say out of the land of Egypt? Because what? These are practices they used to do in Egypt. You understand? This is exactly, this is why today America is called what? Spiritually Egypt.
So that people must say, right?
Where that?
In Egypt as well, you know, it said don't defile yourself with these animals, right? These beasts. They had sex with animals. They had sex with the dead. Man, they used to defile themselves going to them. Alright? So likewise, back in this time, it's the same thing they used to do. The altar, when you do check it in the church, it's when when you check it, on the head statue, right after the whole crucifix and so on, the lamp is Miriam, right? And you know the way how they devise the statue got to overlook, right? Basically, the outlining of a vagina. A lot of people don't pick it up. And the head of Mary itself is the clitoris. They got from the open heel, cleavage, which the uniform is. This is actually the entry of the vagina, which is going back to the belief in, you know, in fertility, asterisk. Alright? So, but hey, they put his faith, they put his remains on the altar and so on. It's going back to and the whole place have a lot of phallic symbols going back to you know, the rod of a man, penis.
If you look at the history, right? Within that time, you know, he probably was responsible for a lot of deaths and jigs. So in these times, these Edomites are looking for ways to summon demons to help them to push this MOTP. Alright? To keep all people under a trance. So they're finding a lot of ways in which they can invoke the witchcraft. And they take that to the scripture.
Yeah. Yes,